Alright everybody, what is up? It's Flix. Welcome back. In today's video, guys, just kind of a different kind of video for you guys today. I was just sitting here, I was kind of a wee bit bored, and I was like, you know what, let's just make a video. And I was just kind of thinking about video ideas and what kind of videos to make for the channel. As I'm kind of running by ideas, trying and consider what kind of videos to make for you guys. So let me know in the comments down below what you guys would like to see. But for today's specific video, I was just thinking about the top 10 things that Battlefield 6 would need to have. This is kind of down to my personal opinion. It's not including everybody's opinions on a survey and then going, this is what the community wants. This is just my personal opinion. But hopefully you guys can hear me out, and hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from. And I think you guys probably will enjoy these valid points. So if you guys do, drop a like, drop a subscribe, turn on post notifications. We greatly appreciate, guys, to stay up to date with all the latest Battlefield and all that good stuff. But number one on the list is custom servers. So Battlefield 1 or 5, from what I believe, whenever I played those specific games, didn't actually have their own custom servers. You actually had to go to the official DICE servers. There was no such thing as custom servers at that moment of time. Maybe they done an update and maybe that's into the game right now. But whenever I played the game for a good couple of months, they didn't have custom servers like the way Battlefield 3 and the way Battlefield 4 did. Personally, I just like the way you can play specific maps. You don't have to go through a stupid rotation. You guys can change how long the maps last, how long the tickets are. It just makes the game a wee bit more enjoyable. It gives you a wee bit more priority, and it's definitely something I really enjoy in the Battlefield franchises. Number 2 is weapon customization. So if you guys do know, Battlefield has been amazing for weapon customization ever since Battlefield 4 got introduced. Battlefield 3 didn't really have a lot to offer apart from a few attachments here and there, but Battlefield 4 took it to a whole nother level and made weapon customization probably one of the best I've ever seen in a video game. And as you guys can obviously tell, Modern Warfare probably got a bit of inspiration from that and kind of went around the similar approach, as that weapon customization for that game is actually very, very impressive as well, to say the least. So I would like to see a lot more weapon customization in the next Battlefield. I know back in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, they didn't do weapon customization because it was in older times. There wasn't a lot of variety back in those days. It kind of was just, here's your weapon, and you can maybe add like a knife at the end of it, or a bipod, etc, etc. So I'm not giving those games any hate for not having any weapon customization, but from what the community, I would believe, would want is a lot more in-depth weapon customization and able to customize your weapon to your personal preference, whether that's long-range engagements, short-range, etc, etc. Number 3 is Levolution. I would really like to see Levolution get brought back into this game because I do love that about Battlefield. I love being able to fight in a city and see buildings start collapsing and see walls get demolished. I know that's kind of a wee bit over the top in Battlefield 4 because there is a lot of city maps, but not really a lot of destruction around those environments apart from some bits and bobs. But it definitely is an improvement from Battlefield 3, but I don't think it probably done it better than Battlefield Bad Company. Yes, Battlefield 4 has a lot bigger Levolution events, but I think Battlefield Bad Company 2 had a lot better Levolution from town to city. It just feels like everything in those multiplayer maps were a wee bit more destructible rather than Battlefield 4. But that's something I definitely would love to see, is a lot more Levolution. Maybe big skyscrapers falling down, making every building destructible, every building being able to collapse. Obviously, you have to destroy every bit of wall and concrete to get it completely down. But it definitely would be cool to see it more destructible back in Battlefield Bad Company 2 days. It would be pretty cool to see that return in future Battlefields. And obviously, yes, I do know they have hardware limitations because of the consoles compared to a PC, but I do like the way that the new consoles are coming out, and hopefully DICE can take a lot more out of the hardware and make it more destructible to the best of its ability for what they can do with what they can handle. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Number 4 is player count increase. Definitely would like to see the player count increase, and there has been rumors and speculations saying that the player count is going to be increased to 100 players, 125, 150, 160. There's been a lot of rumors, a lot of speculations. Apparently there is going to be AI included, kind of like the way Titanfall did. Don't really know how I feel about that, but Battlefield has always been known for big maps, big massive wars, big gunfights, and now with games coming out with like 100 players, Battle Royale, Warzone even per se, coming out with 150, even pushing it to 200, Battlefield is kind of not really holding its title whenever it comes to big maps, big battles, and other predecessors are obviously taking that title now, so they kind of have to up their game a little. So it would be cool to see them increase the player count and see how much players they actually would make it. I think it'd be cool if they did 100 and 100. Obviously, only time will tell due to what the hardware and the next generation consoles can handle. But overall, I guess we're just going to have to probably wait and see what this game's actually going to be like until we get a bit of more confirmed information from DICE and even maybe a reveal trailer, which isn't going to be anytime soon. So there's really no point getting our hopes up there. Number 5 is kind of debatable. Not a lot of people maybe agree with me on this one, but I would like an in-depth story from the campaign. I know a lot of people don't play Battlefield for the campaign. It's all about the maps and all about the battles, and I get all that. I love the multiplayer maps. I love the battles. I'm totally on board, but I do like a bit of a good in-depth story. Like, you know, I don't really know where they could go. Battlefield 3 story kind of was pretty crap, if I'm being honest. Battlefield Bad Company 2 was average. Battlefield 4, I kind of actually, like, I wouldn't say I completely enjoyed it, but it definitely was improvement from the predecessors. But I definitely would like to see them have a bit more in-depth storytelling. But if not, maybe reduce the price of the console game whenever it comes out, because you're not having, you know, a campaign. You're only just going to have multiplayer. But personally, I would like to see a good in-depth campaign. So number 6 is different factions. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, is the factions of the countries you play in multiplayer. So Battlefield has always been Russia against the US, and only recently added in China whenever Battlefield 4 launched. I definitely would like to see a lot more factions, maybe Britain, maybe Germany. You know, there's a lot more places, a lot more factions that they could actually get inspired from, because each faction have different vehicles. They pretty much perform the exact same, but the way they look completely different. But I think it would be pretty cool if we got different factions, as playing as the Russians and the US is kind of getting a wee bit repetitive. But to say the least, it does not affect the gameplay whatsoever. But personally, I would like to see more factions being added into the next franchise. Number 7 is weather changing in game. So pretty much, if you guys know, the only time Battlefield has actually ever done this was in Battlefield 4. Whenever you guys play Polar Storm, you guys would eventually get like a weather storm depending on how long you play on the map. I think it only happens in Conquest. I've never seen it in Rush, I don't think. I don't really have a good memory. Maybe it does. But pretty much the weather would change. The way your sniper would work is that it would be wind, so the wind would affect how your bullets trace work. You'd have to be a lot more precise with your shots. You can't just aim and shoot and get a kill. You have to really know how heavy the wind's blowing, you know, bullet drop. You know, there's a lot more to it than just aim and shoot. But I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So maybe whenever we're playing the next Battlefield, maybe if the battle goes for so long, the map may start at daytime, but then eventually start getting darker and darker and darker because the match has been going on for so long. Maybe some sandstorms, you know, maybe some, you know, earthquakes, anything kind of like Battlefield has done in the past. They've done sandstorms and they've done like different bits and bobs, but I definitely would like to see them take it into really, really full effect and actually making the most out of that. Number 8 would be a spawn cinematic. So that may be a personal one for me personally, but I don't like the way you just spawn in and you can spawn in a vehicle and stuff like that. Like I generally don't mind that part. Like that bit doesn't bother me. But it would be really cool if everyone was like kind of getting briefed on a mission whenever you're on like a big massive ship. It obviously depends on the map, because if you're in the water, where obviously you're going to be in a ship, and if you're on an island where you're not going to be in a ship, you're going to be in a base. But kind of make it like a briefing, and the way you can customize things, pick your loadouts, and everyone's going, right, get to the top floor, and there's vehicles everywhere, there's helicopters, there's tanks, and it's pretty much whoever runs to it first gets it. I think that would be pretty cool. That's just my personal opinion. Yes, I do get that people just want to spawn in and get to play it in game, but to start the match at least, I think it'd be pretty cool the way Modern Warfare did, where you get spawned in like a helicopter or in a vehicle. I definitely do think it's pretty unique, and I think Battlefield definitely would suit it because it's such a military game. I just really would suit it overall, but that's just my personal opinion. Number 9 is interactive maps. So maps that you can actually interact with, the way Battlefield 4 kind of done as well, where you would press a button, you could use the elevator, or you would press a button and then there would be roadblocks coming up. You would press another button, there might be an explosion in a house or in a field, just different kind of stuff like that, just to make the map a bit more interesting. I don't really know how far they could go on that one, because they all have limitations and you can't really make a lot out of that. But Battlefield 4 did do a good job on that. There was like shutters from the buildings, and all that other stuff that I said. But hopefully we can get a bit more interactive maps. And last but not least, to say the least, is survivor mode. I know you guys are thinking, well, if we're talking about survivor mode. So, as we all know, Modern Warfare has a survivor mode, Black Ops has zombies, and all that good stuff. But I definitely would like to see Battlefield have its own survivor mode. I know that there's been Easter eggs about dinosaurs in this game, and people talking about being a dino mode, and DICE hinting at it, and I know it sounds really stupid. Why would you add dinosaurs into a military shooter? But I would think it would be relatively cool, spawning in, everyone's abandoned. It's like the whole place has been destroyed, and you're in like this military camp. And you guys are surviving, and there's dinosaurs everywhere. I don't know whether it would be like dinos, but zombies. You know what I mean? Like dino zombies are just ordinary dinosaurs, and you just have to survive wave after wave or mission after mission. I don't really know. It definitely would be cool, because playing multiplayer, like sometimes you want to just take a break, play something else. And obviously Battlefield has a lot of competition with Call of Duty, because it's probably one of the best selling games in the world. That sucks to hear, because the game gets worse every year. But I definitely do think having a third game mode definitely would make the game a bit more popular, and it gives you that wee bit more priority and worth your money, because if you're only paying for multiplayer most of the time whenever you buy Battlefield. So that is pretty much it, guys. Just a bit of a random video. Didn't really know what to do. Didn't really know what to make. But hopefully you guys got something out of it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know what you would like to see in the next Battlefield. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.